Welcome everyone to the 2021 CVC Volleyball All-Star Game. We are live here at Perry High School. I'm Haley Adams. Alongside me is Steve Hare. We'll first have first serve after team introductions in the national anthem. Up first will be Chagrin versus Lake Divisions. We'll be right back with the start of the first set.
Caitlin was named the Chagrin Division's most valuable player this season. Number 8 is a senior outside hitter and right side hitter from Chagrin Falls, Haylin Benz. Number 9 is a junior libero and defensive specialist from Beechwood, Samantha Intezari. Number 10 is a senior center and defensive specialist from West Praga, Number 14 is a junior middle blocker from Hawken, Skylar Johnson. Another number 13 is a senior middle blocker and right side hitter from Orange, Sydney Chernikoff. And finally, number 36 is a freshman center and right side hitter from Hawken, Emily Monachino. The Chagrin Division All-Stars are coached by West Praga head coach Amber Baker, who is guiding the Wolverines to back-to-back league titles. And now for the Lake Division All-Stars. Number 10 is a senior libero and defensive specialist from Edgewood, Caitlin Izone. Number 3 is a senior center and right side hitter from Perry, Maddie Clark. Another number 3 is senior outside hitter and right side hitter from Geneva, Caitlin Manerick. Number 2 is a senior libero and defensive specialist from Perry, Grace Desporo. Another number 4, the junior outside hitter and defensive specialist is Jailene Rodriguez. Number 5 is a senior right side hitter and outside hitter from Edgewood, Claire Randolph. Unfortunately, Claire couldn't be here with us this evening. Number 13 is a sophomore outside hitter and defensive specialist from Geneva, Sydney Park. Number 16 is a junior outside hitter from Lakewood, Allie Chase. Number 17 is a freshman outside hitter and middle blocker from Perry, Madison Miner. Number 31 is a senior libero and outside hitter from Harvey, Monique Spikes. The Lake Division All-Stars are coached by Perry's Mike Fitzgerald. Today's officials are Fred Gage and John Teskey, and the line judges are Mike Rogan and Sharon Andre. We ask that all fans respect the effort our players, coaches, and officials have put forth in preparing for today's contest. We also ask all attendees to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches, and those visitors leading the contest, and of course your team and your opponent. And as important today as ever, please respect the game. And now you're all going to join us in the playing of our national anthem.
begin, I welcome everyone here to the 2021 CVC Volleyball All-Star Game. To start us off here for our first matchup will be the Chagrin Division versus the Lake Division. Coaching the Chagrin Division will be Amber Baker, head coach of the West Geauga Wolverines. And coaching for the Lake Division will be head coach Mike Fitzgerald for the Perry Pirates. As we get started here underway, we see both teams kind of drawing up a quick game plan. Not exactly sure if they got to practice with everyone, as these aren't normal teams. Again, not playing with much of your teammates from the season, but instead a mixture of Chagrin and Lake teams together. Hello, Steve. Nope, nothing yet, nothing yet.
Introduction down there, but yeah, this should be exciting. The inaugural CVC All-Star Volleyball matches. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of good volleyball played here this evening, not just between the Chagrin and Lake Division, but later on we'll have the Metro and the Valley Division squaring off.
Yeah, it's a double-header, action-packed. I think we have some pretty good matchups. The Chagrin and the Lake Division, I think they're pretty evenly matched. And then you look at the Metro and the Valley Division, you have two regional teams coming out of that grouping. So a lot of talent in this the second game of our doubleheader.
Yeah, and I think too, a lot of times I think Northeast Ohio volleyball gets overlooked a lot of times, but all four divisions really providing a lot of success here for the volleyball community.
Yeah, so here we're just moments away from the start.
And Steve, do you know who gets first serve? Is it Chagrin or Lake?
I think they were just determining that, so we'll find out here momentarily. Some of the rules are a little bit lax here in our all-star game. We aren't going to follow the rotational rules, following the libero, free substitutions, just trying to max playing time for all the girls out here tonight.
And it'll be Lake Division getting first serve, and stepping back to the service line will be number 3, Caitlin Minarik from Geneva.
We're underway.
And that's Lily Reaney taking that first pass from Chagrin, and Dan Sack from West Geauga gets a roof at the net and a point for the Chagrin Division.
Great start right there. You want to create that momentum for your side, get things going early.
Being aggressive at the net again is Dan Sack, and her teammate, number 10, Hannah Lorich, going back to serve. Handled cleanly in a good set. Excuse me, they'll call a double.
Already a little unforced error as the girls kind of settle in. You know, most of these girls haven't played in a few weeks. The season ended, and so they haven't had a whole lot of gym time.
And a lot of these girls, too, being from smaller schools, playing multiple athletics, so kind of switching that mindset to basketball. Into the net, Lorich's serve will go, and we'll give a point to the Lakeside.
Chris Giley Rodriguez from Lakeside to serve here for the Lake Division All-Stars. Saw her warming up, and boy, was she hitting the ball well.
And that's a great dig out of the back row.
Grace Desborough.
By Tharp.
Oh, is that Tharp? I thought it was...
Nope, you are right, sorry.
Okay.
A free ball opportunity here for the Chagrin side. See if they can capitalize on it. A tip, handled cleanly. That's Sydney Park on the kill, who finds that sharp cross-court shot.
2-2 here in the early goings, first set.
Reaney handles that first pass cleanly, and Lorich will go to teammate Dan Zach, but just long as Dan Zach.
She had a good thought there, but yeah, she just tipped it, went a little bit too long, couple inches. Rodriguez with a couple of service points already. Nice jump serve. A lot of top spin on that.
Punching it over. Good swing down the line is Hallie Chase from Lakeside.
Really like the set by Tharp from Perry, that back set. Those are always dangerous, and she had that one right on target.
Tharp was awarded first team all CVC this fall, so nothing new there for an assist for a setter.
Rodriguez had 40 aces this season, so we'll see if she can put a couple together. Oh, I see why she has. She's got an aggressive serve.
She does. And Steve, I'm going to test your knowledge here a little bit. Is she the younger sister? I believe there were 2 Rodriguez's last year, right?
You are correct.
Okay. Back to serve for the Chagrin side.
Yeah, at CVC Media Day, she talked quite a bit about her sister and just how much fun it was to play with her on the same court.
And I actually had a huge matchup a season ago, West G and Lakeside, both, and I could be wrong, earning CVC in their divisions, or no?
It was close.
Okay.
West Jago won the Chagrin and Perry won the Lake, but Perry and Lakeside were neck and neck for a little bit, so Lakeside was in the hunt.
That's Palin Benz coming in on the Chagrin side and handles that first pass cleanly. A good swing that time around by Emily Monachino from Hawken.
Yeah, you know, I get to hear all these names all season long. Now I get to put some faces to the names.
Yep. Kaylee Clark will come into the front row for the Chagrin side.
That's Danzak to serve.
Good first contact, and Rodriguez will give a down ball to Chagrin Division. Good swing by Clark. Tharp will push it out.
Park is very busy. She on that first service reception, she had the diving dig, and then she had a kill attempt there, and then a block, and so yeah, she was a busy player on that point. 5-5 now. Chagrin hanging in here with the Lake Division. First set here at the inaugural CVC Volleyball All-Star Extravaganza, we'll call it.
Back row attack by Rodriguez, and that attack goes long.
And I think that's the one thing we're going to see today is just trying to find that consistency, because as we mentioned, like I said, most of these girls, their season ended, late October. So
absolutely,
it's been a while since they've gotten the court time. And then you're also playing with a bunch of girls that you played against all season long, so you don't have that chemistry.
Absolutely, and things can be a little bit tough for a setter or for a hitter.
That was a nice swing there by Skylar Johnson. It got blocked, but I like the way that she got up. All right, so 6-5 now. The Chagrin Division on top. Hallie Chase to serve out of Lakeside.
Reaney with a down ball opportunity. Good swing. Just out of the reach of Lorich, and that's a good swing that time around by Park from Geneva,
Another great set there by Tharp. She's found a reliable target in Park early on here in this first set.
Looking at Tharp's career stats, she has 972 assists. 370 of those came just this season in the fall.
And that's why she's here. When you perform that well all season long, your coaches and other
good
coaches in the
dig
league.
Out of the back row, and I think getting a hand on that is Desborough.
7-7 now here in the first set of this inaugural CVC All-Star Volleyball Extravaganza. Back to serve for the Chagrin Division is Emily Monachino out of Hawken, a freshman. Got a few freshmen playing in this event today.
One-handed stab by Tharp keeps it in play. Good bump set from Reaney.
Kaylee Clark with a swing on that ball, and that's going to go out of bounds.
That's just wide, I think. Yep, just wide.
We've got one of our CVC MVPs playing in this match right now. It's Caitlin Danzak from West Jaga. She's on the Chagrin side.
Good dig out of the back row, and a free ball opportunity here for the Lake Division. Good block at the net, and that's long.
Tharp tried to get one in there deep on the end line. And
on that block, I believe it's Skylar Johnson and Kaylee Clark, a good assist block.
Aquino with the floater. Oh, Tharp.
Nicely done. And just staying active there in the front row is Madison Miner.
Another freshman in the game. She actually replaced her teammate, Sammy DeBeese, who was the Lake Division MVP, so she's got some big shoes to fill in this match.
Yeah, absolutely. But obviously, Steve, in a game like this, it's all about having fun and really, connecting with teammates that you normally don't get to play with every day.
Absolutely.
Back to serve for the Lake Division. That's Monica Spikes, I believe, from Harvey.
So Chagrin with the early advantage here, 10-8.
We have a substitution in. Coming in on the Chagrin side will be number 2, Jenna Shedden.
And serving for the Chagrin Division is Orange's Sydney Chernikoff, a senior. Sydney actually hopes to play lacrosse in college. So she's obviously a bit of an athlete for the Orange Lions. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Skylar Johnson on the serve.
They're throwing me off a little bit with these extra numbers.
These double numbers are killers. Yeah, we had the players wear their school jerseys to represent their own teams, and so yeah, obviously we've run into a situation where we've got some duplicate numbers, and you got to be careful.
Yeah, that's a good swing out of the middle there by Geneva's Caitlin Minaric.
10-10.
They're getting me. We literally are seeing double out here right now.
We absolutely are. Despereau to serve. Oh, look at that.
Between Reaney and Lorich. Good block at the front is Lorich and Clark.
Reaney on that serve reception thought she made a mistake, and she didn't quite bounce to her feet, and good thing, because the ball came right back to her, and she was in the perfect spot to get it back over the net. That was outstanding. Just the way she drew it up, I think.
Yes, exactly. Now, Steven, I wasn't exactly sure, talking during the opening, did these girls get a chance to practice together? Is this just
no practices?
Okay.
They're like I said, they're walking in. Most of them haven't been in a gym since their season ended. Oh, nice swing.
That's a great swing by Rodriguez.
– 11-11. This one's just going back and forth, back and forth. I was talking to both coaches before, talking to some of the players, asking how they thought it might go, and I think the prevailing thought was that maybe the Lake Division had a little bit more talent.
Okay.
But the Chagrin is certainly hanging in.
Good strong serve from Tharp, and that will result in an ace.
And Tarazi from Beechwood tried to handle that one. That was just, I don't think there was any way to play that ball. It was right down the line. So Lake Division up 12-11 here in the first set.
Good serve, and that's just off the arms of Danzak.
We've talked about those kind of serves before in some of our broadcasts where, I think you can practice that a million times, but you're not going to hit that net consistently.
Yeah, something that you try to master, and that's Tharp's third ace in a row, and if we were continuing to keep track here, that would be ace number 75 on the season, but obviously not looking to keep those stats. But again, Tharp providing a lot of confusion there on the serve-receive side for Chagrin. Yeah,
Danzak with the most interesting of service receptions there, using her face. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the game of volleyball, every part of your body is legal, and yes, it includes the feet or the foot as well.
So Tharp on a bit of a run. There we go. That's 5 straight service points for Tharp.
Yeah, 4 of them resulting in an ace.
Yeah, she had a heck of a senior season. 370 assists, 73 aces, 174 digs, and 42 kills.
Able to do just about everything. Good set there by Danzak, and it'll result in a block up front. I think that's Caitlin Minaric and I believe Hallie Chase in the front row.
Yeah, so Maddie Tharp here showing off in her home gym.
Another ace.
Jeez. when I look at the Perry Pirates 1,000-point scorer club up on the wall up there, and the top player is Dana Tharp from 1989. She scored 1,148 points in basketball. I've got to imagine there's a family relationship there.
Yeah, exactly.
So, when you're playing in a gym and you have a family member's name up on the wall, you've got, a legacy to follow up on. And I think she's doing a great job here so far.
Yep. And I believe that is Chagrin and Coach Baker calling a timeout, maybe to just talk things out and see how they can get that first contact pass against Tharp.
Yeah, this match was, back and forth up to 11-11. Maddie Tharp gets back to the service line, 7 straight points. So, yeah, that timeout came at the right time. You've got to kind of slow this down and try and shake Tharp up a little bit. Maybe she'll serve one out of bounds or hit a net.
Yeah. And obviously Tharp is her job is just to get back there and to serve the ball over the net, not looking to provide another ace, but obviously she's capable of doing that. Another strong serve and out of the reach for Jenna Shedden.
19-11. Maddie Tharp is on a roll, safe to say.
Good pass by Reaney, and it'll be Lorch to set up Shedden, but a good block at the net is number 3, Caitlin Minarik, and I believe on that side was Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez definitely got up there. I was just going to mention about how high she just jumped. She's only about 5'5", but she has some hops.
She impressed me a lot last year watching that Lakeside versus West Yogg game, and just being undersized as an outside hitter. But like you mentioned, she's got the vertical. That's Tharp going deep that time on the serve, and Reaney will give Lake a down ball. Chase gets the kill, and again, just out of the reach of Caitlin Danzak.
Well, what I like to see is that it's an all-star match. These girls haven't played in, a month or 3 weeks or so, but they're still as aggressive as they were all season long.
Lorch will go back to teammate Danzak, but forces it into the net.
23-11 here. The Lake Division closing in on a first set win here in the inaugural CVC Volleyball All-Star matches.
Good strong serve and good effort that time around. I believe that is Sydney Chernikoff.
24-11, our first set point. Maddie Tharp took over the service line. It was 11-11. And an ace.
How fitting, an ace to end that first set, and it'll be given to the Lake Division 25-11.
I mean, that was just an impressive run. You don't see runs like that too often. I mean, that was a 14-point run to close out the first set.
At varsity level, you're exactly right. You don't see that happening a lot, but Tharp doing a good job of really pinpointing her targets there at the service line, and she's doing a good job of just staying consistent.
Yeah, most of those points, I think she had 6 aces in that run. There were a couple of, serve reception errors, that type of thing. But most of it was just an aggressive serve that took the Chagrin Division out of system. They weren't able to get anything back over the net, with any kind of power or aggressiveness. And so, the Lake just cruised to that first set win after what I thought was going to be, we're going to be here. Yeah, we're going to be here all night long with this match going back and forth. My wife just pickpocketed me, and I'm helpless. I'm on the broadcast. I couldn't stop her. She just literally stole my wallet, and she's laughing about it.
They don't want to know what goes on behind.
Right?
Behind the scenes, right?
It's crazy. Take advantage of a guy when he can't do anything. So, Haley, if you're Amber Baker over there on the Chagrin side, you had to feel pretty good about the first 11 points.
Absolutely.
You were right there neck and neck, and then Maddie Tharp stepped to the line and changed their fortunes. But what do you do when something like that happens?
Yeah, I think just, trying to find that rotational player. Obviously, things are a little bit more lenient here on All-Star Game, but just finding that rotational player who's able to get a pass up to their setter, because as you mentioned, I think we recorded 6 aces there in that service run by Tharp. So just even getting a touch to their setter so that they could have a big hitter come and attack at the net, I think would be super helpful. Yeah,
really pleased to have this inaugural event here at Perry. obviously it's a gorgeous gymnasium, great
Yes.
space for an all-star event. And then what you don't see at home, folks, is on the scoreboard, Perry has a video board. So our live broadcast is actually being aired in, see, the players and coaches just realized it, and so now they're waving up at the video board. You don't see that on your screen, but we see it here. But yeah, that's pretty awesome to see this type of technology at a high school gymnasium. So it's outstanding. Yeah. So this is the fourth All-Star event we tried to run. Mother Nature apparently isn't a fan of
Shocker.
All-Star games, but yeah, we tried to run baseball, softball in the spring, and the weather didn't cooperate. And then last week we were supposed to have our boys and girls soccer All-Star games, and we ended up with half a foot of snow out at West Jaga.
Yeah.
So unfortunately those All-Star events didn't get played this year, but we'll keep trying. We started out with this one, and it was going to take a natural disaster to get this one not to play. So happy to be here. We're moving into winter sports, so we'll start working on our basketball All-Star games.
Yep.
I'm not sure that we can do anything for swimming and wrestling, but we'll think about it.
Right.
We'll try and come up with something to recognize our student athletes here in the Chagrin Valley Conference, because we're all about doing things nobody else is doing. We're trying to create a unique situation for high school athletes here in the Chagrin Valley Conference, and so far so good.
Yeah, we're lucky, and Steve, you might have mentioned this. Is this your first volleyball All-Star game that we've had, or?
This is right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's our inaugural event. Now, through Ohio Varsity, I've run some All-Star events, but
I was going to say, no, graduated in 2016. I think the first one that we started was basketball through Ohio Varsity.
correct.
So
And you played in the All-Star softball game, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
you
think
played,
was I your last class that was able to do that?
I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, we were out at Case Western,
Yep.
and then they had some construction, so we had 1 year where we couldn't do it.
Okay.
The next year, for personal reasons, I couldn't
Yep.
do it, and then COVID, and here we
Mother
are.
Nature
Yep.
doesn't like to cooperate, so yeah, hopefully maybe we can get back in the swing of things.
Yeah, those events are always a lot of fun. It's just great to recognize the kids, give them another opportunity to showcase their skills in front of their family and friends, and now in this national audience on our live streams.
Back to serve for the Chagrin Division. I believe that was Hannah Lorich, or excuse me, that's Caitlin Danzak that got things started in. An attack error from the Chagrin side gives it back to Lake Division. And that'll be
Just out.
a service error for Perry's own Madison Minor.
That was as close as it gets.
Yeah.
I thought I saw some chalk kick up. It's that Monachino serving freshman from Hawken. Try to get the Chagrin a little bit of a lead here. They were playing really well in that first set.
Great effort by Tharp.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, it was 11-11, and then Maddie Tharp took to the service line and reeled off 14 straight points for the Lake Division.
That's a push by Tharp, and she'll get the dig. Good swing out of that outside position.
It was Minerick.
Tharp will go to Rodriguez on the right side, and at the net waiting.
Skylar Johnson, great block, and she got some help there from Orange's Lily Reaney. I'm sorry, from Chagrin's Lily Reaney. Not only do we have double numbers, but then you throw the Orange teams in there, and now it's like, oh, is that Chagrin or is that Orange?
Well, and that's throwing me off a little bit here on Lakeside. Geneva and Perry both are wearing the color red, and both are very similar. Thorpe will go out to Geneva's Caitlin Minarick.
People think it's easy to stand up here and broadcast. Boy, it's
not.
Got a little tip before that went out of bounds.
Is that Danzak that's getting the
Look like
kill? I think they set her up out of the back row. Good, strong serve, and that's Caitlin Ezone to take it for Edgewood.
Right, and that's the other issue. Now the players come in, they give us one number, and then they come with a different jersey, and it's like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
There's always something.
They can't make things easy on us, can they, Steve?
No. Don't they realize it's all about us?
Yeah, come on.
They're here to entertain us and help us do our job.
Back to serve is Ezone. Lorich will set up. I think that's Orange's Jenna Shedden. Rodriguez with the roll shot. Good push, and That's the freshman, Monachino.
That was a nice job there. And then Despero had a great effort to try and get to that ball. It was just a little bit too wide for her. But again, it's just the effort is outstanding, and that's why these girls are playing here today, is because they put forth that effort all season long.
They've made a mark on their team, and something like this to play in is huge. And Lily Rini served just short. We'll give it back to Lake Division. This is Rodriguez back to serve.
Yeah, it's nice because in the fall, at the start of the fall season, we ran the CVC Fall Sports Media Days, so I got to talk to a lot of these players live on CVC TV. They got to preview their seasons, and yeah, it's nice to get a chance to see them all play. You know, I can't get to every gym, but I try to get out to as many as I can to see everybody. And so here's Rodriguez. She had a nice serve in that first set. Let's see what she can do the second time around.
Just long as Rodriguez's serve.
She gets a lot of power in her serves. You know, in the first set, you saw her, she was getting on top of it a little bit. That time, she got a little bit under the ball.
Shedden back to serve. And that'll bounce off the net. Back and forth service errors here between the Chagrin Division and Lake Division.
Jenna Shedden, a freshman from Orange. I talked to her coach, Jen Gold, and Jen said she's just, you know, the type of athlete every coach dreams of having, just a great kid all around. Has a lot of talent, and as she grows and develops, expect to see a little bit more from her.
Free ball opportunity given to the Lake Division. Tharp will go to Chase, and that's a good dig out of the back row from Shedden. Unable to get back over, but good effort there by the Chagrin Division to keep the ball alive.
Six to 5 now, the Lake Division on top of the Chagrin Division. Lake is up 1-0 already after winning the first, 25-11.
Into the net is Menard's serve. And Steve, for our viewers at home, best of 5 or best of 3?
It's best of 5.
Okay.
The referees asked the same question. When I said, yeah, it's a best of 5, they kind of gave me this little groan. Well, you know, we're here for some fun. Let's have some fun.
And of course, I would assume same rules, got to win by 2.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, the only differences tonight is we aren't really following the libero rules, the rotational rules. You know, we're trying to get the girls as much participation, much playing time as we can tonight. So there's free substitution whenever they need to pop in and out.
I see a little bit of leniency, too, for net violations.
Right.
Now, for our viewers at home, that's a good attack there, but a good touch off the block between Danzak and Tharp.
Nice swing there by Miner.
Correct me if I'm wrong, and you may be a little bit unfamiliar with this too. I think JO rules, you're allowed to touch the net as well, and we'll just say that we're playing through, you know, JO rules and letting the kids play. Yeah, we told the refs just kind of, you know, it's an all-star game. Don't be too strict, you know, and if the score's out of hand and a ball's kind of close, maybe you just give the team that needs a point, you give them a break. Yes, at the net there for the block is teammates Sydney Parker from Geneva and Madison Miner for Perry. Hallie Chase to serve. Hallie is out of Lakeside. Good block at the net is Park. That was a nice block there by Park, and it looked like Tharp got a hand in there as well, teaming up. Perry Pirate and Geneva Eagle teaming up to block that shot. Handled cleanly there is Danzak. She'll give Rodriguez a roll shot, and that's Tharp getting the kill. Tharp having a heck of a match so far, that 14-point run. Yep. She had a bunch of assists in the first set as well. And we're going to give her a kill on that one. Chase with a floater. That's Rini to Lorich to Danzak, and Danzak will get the kill, and that's off the block between Park and Tharp at the net. Danzak got some air on that one, got on top of the ball right into the block, but boom, out of bounds. 10-8, Lake Division in the lead. Sapanta Intezari from Beechwood with that service error.
And this is not the sight you want to see when you're down 11-8. Maddie Tharp stepping to the service line again with an 11-point score on the board. So that's where she took over last set and went on a 14-point run.
Good strong serve. And
I would say in a regular match that was probably going to be called a double hit as that one went off of Shedden's arms and up into her shoulder. But a little leniency here in an all-star match.
Rodriguez looking for the touch off the block, but down official not giving that to her.
Well, there was a big win for the Chagrin division right there. You sent Maddie Tharp off the service line without earning a point.
Good set from her knees is Tharp, but an even better block at the net is Jenna Shedden and Hawkins Skylar Johnson.
Jenna Shedden told us her favorite volleyball memory was going to get ice cream after matches. Well, I think after that block, I think Coach Jen Gold might have to take her for ice cream after this.
Do you think we get that invite?
I don't know. They never think about us.
They don't. Good block at the net is Sydney Park.
Sydney Park, just a sophomore, so a lot of good things coming for the Eagles. She had 97 kills as a sophomore and 242 service receptions.
Reaney handles that first pass from Perry's own Madison Minor. Minor will get the dig and Tharp will go to Rodriguez. Lorich with the dig. Benz will give it to Orange's own Shedden. Shedden with a down ball. And a good pickup by Caitlin Ezone. Rodriguez's attack is long again and give the ball back to Chagrin.
That was 2 kill opportunities for Rodriguez, and she went wide on both of them, both cross court, and you don't see her make that mistake too often. And like I said, I watched her warming up, and that cross court shot, she was killing it.
Yeah. That's Palin Benz at the line.
Great dig. There's the zone from Edgewood. Diving, getting a hand under there.
Great dig by
Another one.
Danzak, and Danzak will push it to a zone.
That's going to go long.
Yeah, I was going to say Shedden's attack just long, and I think too, Steve, looking at it from up above, just kind of got behind it a little bit, wasn't able to get on top of the ball.
Zone to serve for the Lake Division All-Stars, who lead 13-11, already with a 1-set advantage.
That'll be an ace for a zone.
14-11 now.
The Chagrin Division doing a much better job, though, Steve, of this set of really stopping the runs from the Lake Division.
Yeah, that was a killer in that last set. You know, when you let the other team reel off 14 points.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've just, you know, you give up a point, you give up 2 points. You just got to forget those 2 points and then stop the next one. You can't let those runs happen.
A little bit of a miscommunication error between Emily Monachino and Skylar Johnson and Jenna Shedden.
15-12 now. Once again, Chagrin Division is hanging in here with the Lake. They just have to be able to find a way to reel off a 4, 5, 6 point run of their own. Maybe it starts here with Lily Reaney from Chagrin Falls.
Ezone with the good 3-ball pass, and Tharp will give it to Geneva's own Caitlin Minarik.
Danzak is just all over the place. She didn't get that one to go back over the net, but just the effort is outstanding. You've seen her dive. You've seen her dive and roll. She's just chasing loose balls all over the place. And it's that attitude, it's that mindset that led West Jaga to back-to-back division titles.
And MVP award, too, to Danzak.
Correct. Shedden.
Good throw out of the middle. It's a good spot there by Shedden.
See, and Chagrin's doing the right thing here, the Chagrin Division. You know, they're behind 16-13 now, but they aren't allowing the Lake Division to go on those 5 and 6 point runs.
Rodriguez with the first pass, and Tharp will push it out to Minarik.
You know, I saw Perry play, I think, 3 times this year.
Okay.
I don't remember Tharp looking this good. I mean, she's
Yeah.
good, obviously, but tonight she's having a heck of a night in getting her sets where they need to go.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, that can be a little bit difficult, too, playing with girls that aren't normally on your team. You
Right.
know, certain hitters like, you know, the ball tight to the net or off the net or, you know, in certain spots. So Tharp doing a good job of really adjusting to that. Shedden to Monachio to Danzak. Tharp pushes it out to teammate Minor, and she'll get a kill.
Yeah, that, again, and Tazari there, she's having a really tough night, but it's not her fault. I mean, those are balls that they're going out of bounds, and,
Yeah.
they're going on the floor, but just
Yep, they're
going
going straight
away
down.
from her body. And,
Yep.
you know, you can't get
Great
yourself,
serve.
you can't turn yourself around that quickly to play that ball.
That'll be a kill, I think, for Kaylee Clark, as we mentioned before, being a little bit lenient, but see a couple girls in the net there.
It's an all-star game. Have some fun with it. What net? Keep them safe, that's all, but let them play.
Monachino back to serve, and as we mentioned earlier, just a freshman, but earning first-team All-CVC this season. Lorch will give it to Clark, and a good one-handed stab, and it'll be Danzak that just throws it over and gets a point for the Chagrin Division.
And now you're starting to see some of that energy flow. They
Yep.
feel it. They're hanging in there. It's
Yep.
18-15. They're in this set. That's one of the things, if you look at the rosters in this game, most of the games are senior heavy.
Yeah.
Each has a few underclassmen. The Chagrin Division has a few juniors and a couple of freshmen, which bodes well for that division because, you know, those teams, when you look at all 4 divisions, I'd say,
Yep.
you know, the Metro Division with Independence and Trinity and
Yeah.
Lutheran West, probably the deepest. Then you have the Valley with Cardinal and Kirtland and Berkshire.
Yep.
Crestwood's got some play. You know, everybody's got some talent. And then probably the Lake Division and then the Chagrin Division. Well, the Chagrin Division is on the rise.
Yes.
You see that in
Yes.
this roster, and then you look at the team rosters. They have a lot of underclassmen.
Yeah.
So look for that group to get a little bit more competitive next year.
On that last point was a block from Madison Minor and Hallie Chase, who is now back to serve for the Lake Division.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of confusion there in between 2 players for the Chagrin Division. Probably a ball that could have been played, but those things happen.
Benz will give it to Lorich, who'll give it to Danzak, and a good pickup
Nice by Monique Sparks.
Yeah,
Yes.
Harvey's
Spikes.
own Spikes. Good block at the net. And what are they going to call? 4 hits. Oh, I thought that was a block by Geneva Sydney Park, but look at our eyes up here, Steve.
It's hard work. We've got a lot of work to do up here. You got to remember all the players, remember
Yeah.
how to pronounce their names.
Good block at the net, and that time around it's Park and Tharp who gets it down. Oh, that rhymes.
You're a poet, and now you know it.
Yeah. Having too much fun up here.
Yep. Chase on a little bit of a service run here. Got an ace mingled in, but some good deep serves, taking the Chagrin out of system. This time they got to set it up, and unfortunate right there for Danzak. She thought she was going to get a kill, but that one hit the net and just kind of spun all the way
Rolled off,
down and
yeah.
rolled off. Just a bad break. That's when you know that the volleyball gods aren't on your side.
Good attack out of the middle is Clark, but an even better dig is Rodriguez. Just kind of stuck her arms out there and hoped for the best, but an overpass kill for Rodriguez.
24-15. We've got a set point again for the Lake Division. They're already up 1-0. They won the first set 25-11. Hallie Chase going to try and finish this second set off. Floater to Rini.
Lorch will give it to Danzak and push an extra set point here for the Chagrin side.
Danzak with a great kill there. Gave the Chagrin Division All-Stars a little bit of life here in the second set. And why does it always seem to work out this way, that she got the kill and now she gets to serve?
Yeah, again, maybe that time around, see, the volleyball gods are on their side. Good, strong serve, but just goes long.
So 25-16 is your final score in the second set. The Lake Division All-Stars go up 2-0 here in the inaugural CVC All-Star Volleyball matches live from Perry High School. Obviously, you're watching our live broadcast through CVC TV. CVC TV is sponsored by Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Couldn't do all of that with, couldn't do a lot of what we're doing in the CVC without our sponsors.
Yep.
First, our first responder sports training course that we also are partnering with, the Cleveland Browns. Don Lewis, who is the commissioner of the Chagrin Valley Conference, he is doing a great job soliciting sponsors. He's a visionary, I like to call him. He just likes, I come to him with ideas, and he never says no. It's like, oh, I like it, let's do it.
Well, we talked about this too last year, Steve, when I helped, broadcast a couple games. Really a lot of this was available for us once COVID hit. We were limited fan capacity. So, you guys put your two brains together, and we are now able to have this CVC TV, which is so great for, families that may not want to go out or families that live out of state. So just having that availability is crucial nowadays. And I know, too, a lot of our viewing is free. You have a couple of these programs that you can watch online, but everything comes with a cost. And so we're just so grateful that we have this opportunity to really give these student athletes a chance to highlight, their achievements and what they're able to do on the court, on the field, on the track and everything like that.
And I keep saying the best is yet to come. We've got some stuff we're working on that we're going to take everything to the next level.
Yeah.
And, CVC TV is a part of all that, but just with our All-Star Games, some of the other things that we do as a conference, we already do mental health summits. We do award ceremonies.
Yeah.
We do so much as a conference. They do leadership summits where they bring kids from all the different schools together, and they collaborate with each other. They go through some different trainings, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Just growing. There's some things I have in the hopper where I'm trying to develop a coaches mentoring program, because when you look at the Chagrin Valley Conference, we have some outstanding coaches. One of them is retiring this year after 30 years, Coach Pamela Malone, the girls soccer coach at Chagrin Falls, going out on top. They won the state title.
Yeah, what better way to end your career,
Absolutely. But so my thought is we have coaches like that in the league, and then on the other side of the spectrum, we have coaches who are in their first or second year coaching. What better way to develop your coaching acumen than to pick the brain of a Pamela Malone or an Ed Braddock, these coaches that have been around and have been very successful, not only winning, but developing the culture that you need to sustain success.
Yeah, let me know when that happens. Being a first-year head coach with softball,
exactly.
Could be frustrating some days, but, that would be so beneficial for somebody so young like myself, or even, people that are younger than me that are looking to get into coaching.
Right, and from your perspective, Joe Medlin here at Perry, he's been around forever. I'm not trying to age you, Joe. I know you're out there listening, but I'm not trying to age you. But, he's the kind of guy that could help you and mentor you, especially since you're in different divisions in the conference. He doesn't have to worry about you going and, trying to win a conference title. He doesn't want to teach you everything he knows so that you can go out and beat his team. But at the same time, developing your program would help his program, because as a whole, the conference gets tougher. All those conference games get tougher, and now you're prepared to go to regionals and face those teams from Akron and Canton. And
absolutely.
And that's just, the point we have to get to is just to kind of develop our coaches the same way we're developing our athletes.
Absolutely.
And then you touched on it a moment ago, too, when you said other people trying to get into coaching. I want to spearhead something. We're looking at, 20 girls out here playing in a high school all-star game. How many of those do you think are going to go on to coach high school sports?
Right.
And that's what we need to do. We need to develop a way for these girls to say, you know what, I can do it. And listening to a Pamela Malone at a conference saying, here's why I got into coaching. This is what I loved about it. That could inspire some of these kids to get into coaching and develop a pipeline for success along the way.
And especially too, Steve, as we're on the topic of, women coaching, right where she left off is
Maddie Tharp.
Maddie Tharp with an ace to start set 3. But, women have that glass ceiling, I guess you could say it figuratively, and wanting to be a head coach. And like you said, something as small as that could help girls on the court right now. That's another ace, back-to-back aces for Tharp.
I think we're just going to have to change her name to Ace Tharp.
There you go.
Incredible service performance from Maddie Tharp here today.
Another one as it rolls off the top of the net, and that's Skylar Johnson doing all she can to even get a touch on it.
Maddie Tharp in her career, 972 assists, 127 aces, 595 digs, and 75 kills. A 3-time all-conference performer.
Another ace.
Yeah, this year she was first team all-CVC. She was honorable mention twice. Planning to study pharmacy in college.
Absolutely.
And her favorite volleyball memory was winning her first game as a freshman. It was also her first varsity game. So she got her career started the right way, and apparently she's going to end it the right way with an outstanding performance here in the CVC All-Star game.
Absolutely, and somebody who, you know, started the same way that Maddie did is Emily Monachino, and she'll get an ace. Again, just a freshman for the Hawks of Hawken.
Nice crowd here at Perry. You can't see it. Most of the spectators are on our side. The other side was kind of reserved for the players competing in the game. Good turnout here to celebrate the accomplishments of each of these girls.
Rodriguez handles it cleanly, and Tharp will go back to Rodriguez, and did it touch the tip of the net, or top of the net?
It got the net. There was another cross-court shot. I thought she was going to put that one down. It went just a little bit wide. She's got to find her groove there because she's dangerous.
Rodriguez will handle it cleanly, and that's Izone to Geneva's Park. I think that's Park who gets the kill.
That was, and now she's going to serve. Again, it always happens that way.
Oh, just kidding.
Oh, handed it off to Despero.
Hallie Chase will come back into the front row for the Lake Division.
Monique Spikes in the game, representing Harvey.
A little bit of a miscommunication that time around by Monachino and Dan Zach.
6-3 now. The Lake Division has an opportunity here to run a sweep against their Chagrin Division opponents.
Good pass by Shedden. And that'll be great effort between Spikes and Park.
I'm not sure what was more impressive, Dan Zach's kill or the dig. That was nice on both sides. Let me give a big shout out to our photographer here, Paul DeSico, who's down courtside taking some photos. You'll get to see those posted on the CVC website.
That's Johnson with the serve, and Tharp will go to Chase. Chase switches it up a little bit, and Danzak will get the dig. Spikes will give it to Chase, and it's just long.
6-4 now as the Chagrin All-Stars try to work their way back into this set and the match. They're down 2-0. Johnson with a nice jump serve.
And that's outside of the antenna by Park.
Skylar Johnson, just a junior. Second team all-CVC selection this year after having 99 kills, 43 aces, and 36 blocks.
Spikes will handle the first pass, and a good job by Park to track down. Lorch will give it to Shedden. Another free ball opportunity for Lake.
Minor, oh my goodness.
Capitalizing in is Perry's own Madison Minor.
Once again, as I mentioned, Sammy DeBeese was supposed to play in this game. She was the CVC Lake Division MVP, but she got invited to play in the All-Ohio game, and so she went down there along with a couple other players from the CVC and the Metro Division, Abby Avila and Callie Procopius from Independence. So Madison Minor was Sammy DeBeese's replacement. And right now, Madison Minor is saying, Sammy who?
A roll shot by Park. Good dig by Spikes out of the back row, and Lorch will overrun it.
Who hit that ball? All I saw was a blur.
Was it Clark in the front row maybe? Kaylee Clark?
Wow. A lot of power behind that. That was a heck of a dig.
Could be incorrect. Like you said, things happen so quickly. Good serve. Spikes will give it to Chase. Monachino will give it back to Lorich. And Chase will get a kill off the top of the net.
Yeah, the block was there, just rolled off and out of bounds. You know, it's just funny how the ball rolls that way sometimes. Is you can have the block up and you just get a funny bounce. You do everything right, and it goes out of bounds.
Good block in the net is Chase, but Monachino goes behind her.
Just out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think that's Park on that. So excuse me.
Yeah, that was Manerick, I believe. Yeah, just a little bit outside that line. Danzak to serve, your CVC Chagrin Division MVP this year.
Good swing, and that's Park on the kill.
Just keep saying Park enough, and it's bound to be right because she's having a great match too.
Well, teammates Park and Manerick, 3 and 13, so both red and both have a 3 in them. So.
Right. And from our vantage point, you're only getting the side angle, so tough to see sometimes.
That is Park, though, back to serve, and Lily Reaney will take the first pass.
Shed in with the two-handed dump. Push. What do you call those, a push?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Whatever, it worked. It was effective.
It was a kill. Coming into the front row is Orange's own Sydney Chernikoff.
Lorich with the short serve, but Spikes with a great dig.
And Shedden just mistiming it a little bit. But again, just a freshman.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I talked to Orange coach Jen Gold, and she raved about Jenna Shedden, and she wasn't lying. Jenna with a nice debut performance here in the CVC All-Star game. Oh!
Just long, but that's a smart shot.
That was very smart, and she almost nailed it.
A good read, though, by our line judge here.
12-8 is your score here in the third set. Lake Division in the lead. Lakeside to serve.
Good serve by Chase, and a good stab by Shedden. I don't know how she did that.
I don't either. She almost had to jump the scorer's table.
Lorich can't believe she mishit that one.
Chase with another service run here. She had one in the second set. None as impressive as the one Maddie Tharp had in the first set, a 14-point run.
That's a great block between Rodriguez
Look at that save.
And Manaric.
Nice job from Danzak, who's been all over the court, and then Reaney with the free ball over the net.
Shedden does a good job of getting a touch off of that kill, but just out of the reach of Clark from Beechwood. Strong serving performance here, as you mentioned, from Chase. Reaney will take the first pass. Lorich will set up. Orange's own
Chernikoff. A little long on that attempt. Chase just stringing together some points, inching the Lake Division closer to that sweep.
Just out of the reach of Reaney, but that'll be a recorded ace for Chase.
Chase, just a junior as well, so nice core for Lakeside returning, and head coach Stephanie Kubik here in the audience has to like what she sees out of her girls.
Good dig.
There's Rodriguez.
Getting a kill off the block.
She needed that. She's had a couple that just didn't go her way earlier. I think she had three kill errors in a row, and so for her to get that one just kind of settles her down a little bit.
Yeah. She looks a little bit more comfortable too, Steve, I think, on this outside, position where before she was swinging from the right side.
Right. And the other thing to consider too is the Lake Division, I don't believe they have a middle.
Okay.
They had a middle, but she couldn't make it to the game today. She's at home now, but so they've got some girls playing a little bit out of position too. And then, you factor in all the things, you haven't played in a while. You're coming out playing with a bunch of different girls, and now you're also in a rotation where you're in some positions you don't normally play. So a lot of things have to come together for you.
Chase will target Chagrin Falls' Peyton Benz. It'll be a free ball opportunity here for the Lake Division. At the net, waiting is Shedden, and Clark with a huge block. a point that they really needed.
Oh, they definitely needed that. It's starting to run away from them right now. If they want to extend this match, they need to go on a little bit of a run here. You don't need to get all 8 points. You don't have to tie it up right now,
Yep.
but you do have to get 3 or 4.
String some points along, absolutely.
Right, you can't allow the Lake Division to take care of all the runs and you score a point at a time. It's
Right.
not going to work out well.
And we talked to that first set. I really complimented Chagrin with the ability to stop the Lake Division's runs, but Lake just maybe are proving us all wrong, Steve, that, the CVC really does go through the Lake Division or even the Metro Division, as we talked earlier.
I think it would have been neat if we could have played an all-day affair. I'm not sure that the parents and the kids would have agreed, but if
Like
you
a tournament.
right, yeah, you play 2 and then you play
Yep.
the other 2 and the winners meet and the losers of each match meet. I think that would be pretty cool, but that would be an all-day affair. I'm not sure I could handle an all-day affair.
I agree. Service air that time around by Rini, but before that, she recorded an ace. Coming back into the Lake Division is Madison Minor.
It'll be Manerick from Geneva to serve with the Lake Division up 18-11 here in the third set.
Strong serving performance and a good job between Lily Rini and Hannah Lorich.
Ooh. Oh, that was a great swing, but Rodriguez just outside, a little bit wide.
Good
She is
job.
impressive,
Yeah.
and you got to see her quite a bit last year, a couple times, and yeah, she's impressive.
And that was something, too, that I saw. Good job that time around to record the serve receive, Benz with a good dig. Tharp will give it to Rodriguez, who's again just long.
That looked like a tip, but I'm not sure.
I think you could hear it, too, a little bit.
That's what I thought. Because it kind of changed the trajectory a little bit.
Changed the direction of the ball, exactly.
Right, she got on top of it, but that might have been one of those situations where the referees kind of said,
Yeah.
the other team could use a point here.
Good, strong serving performance here by Orange's Shedden.
Oh, that was a great serve, just a little bit low on that net. Shedden's been impressive. When you think about the fact that she's a freshman, coming out here, not intimidated at all, playing with all these other great players. Oh,
a good, strong
Tharp.
ace from Tharp. It looked like, too, a little bit of confusion there in the back row for Chagrin Division. As I saw Johnson, a middle, kind of playing in front of Shedden, so maybe causing a little bit of, was hiding the ball from Shedden. Rini will give it to teammate Benz, who sends it over on a free ball. Tharp will go behind her to Park, and that'll result in a kill. Set a little bit off the net, but Park doing a good job of getting a hand out and making something out of nothing.
21-14 now. Maddie Tharp at the service line. Everything going Lake Division's way right now. Oh, great.
Great effort by Izone there.
Was that Johnson?
Yes. Providing so much height there, and
Monachino gets a kill.
off of the block from Minor and Rodriguez in the front row.
Intezari to serve now. Intezari from Beechwood. She had a tough luck night tonight, as I've mentioned a couple times. She went to play a couple of balls that were just hit really well. And so for her, she's going to get she'll get a serve receive error, but those are tough luck errors.
Right.
She really made a nice play on the ball. They were just well hit balls.
Good block at the net between Lorich and Johnson. Good push and a great dig there by Spikes to track down. She knew it was coming.
Nice effort there, unfortunately.
Yes, a great read by Spikes. Knew Lorich going over on two. And Steve, you would know this better. Does Westgy and Harvey play each other, or are they?
They get the crossover.
Okay. So
right.
maybe Spikes knowing that Lorich likes to do that out of the setter's position.
Right, there's a great kill by Johnson.
Making this game this set a little bit interesting.
21-17 now. Intezari finally getting some things to go her way, serving real well right now. Scoring some points for the Chagrin Division. Monachino with a nice dig in the middle.
Lorch will go to Shedden out of the back row, and another great dig by Spikes, and a good effort there by Miner to stay out of the net.
See, I told you, it's going to take a little while for the girls to warm up. Right now, we're seeing some pretty good volleyball.
Long volleys, too. Smart shot by Tharp.
Nice work right there.
Great kill out of the middle is Miner.
Miner with a major performance here today.
Yes, yes. Great pun.
You like that?
Yeah.
I worked on it all day. As we've talked about her already, because had Sammy DeBeast not gone down to the state All-Star game, Madison Miner would be in the bleachers watching her teammates, and instead she's putting on a show. Well done.
Strong serve there from the lefty, and that's Grace Desborough. Good job at the net, one again by Miner.
So as we're approaching the end of this first match, we've got the doubleheader tonight. The next one will start at 7. Got a whole bunch of things we've got to do in between matches. Oh, there's Johnson. Chase lifts it up.
Tharp will go behind
Look at that
her
set.
to Park. Lorch will set up Monachino, and that Spikes that tracks that attack down.
If Tharp is rusty from having a couple of weeks off, it hasn't shown. Lorch to the outside to Monachino. Two-handed push. Spikes is there.
Smart shot, but Lorch picks it up. At the net waiting is Park and Miner, and gets a block against Monachino.
Here we go. Match set, or match point here for the first time for the Lake Division All-Stars.
Reaney with a good serve. A good job to really stay behind that and collect all of Desborough's serve.
Spikes with another nice dig. She's performing really well tonight. And that's it, 25-17. The Lake Division is going to win that set. That's going to be our final 3-0. The Lake Division All-Stars are going to pull this one out. First set was 25-11, the second was 25-16, and the third is 25-17. That's going to give them a 3-0 win here in our first set of our first match of the inaugural Chagrin Valley Conference All-Star Volleyball matches. I'm Steve Hare, the CVC Sports Information Director, and really running the show up here is Haley Adams, doing a great job on our play-by-play in color. Running the show on the broadcast is Peter Tellup of LPV Productions. He's our guy that runs CVC TV, does a great job on our football productions. Last night we set a new record for our broadcast viewers. We had over 5,000 that watched our football game last night on CVC TV, so that was a great performance there. But Haley, I've got to run down, so I'm going to let you wrap things up here, and then you can close out of this broadcast. We'll get ready for the next one. But first one, that was a great match. Kind of went the way I thought it would.
Right.
Chagrin played pretty well. The one key takeaway is we knew the girls were going to come out a little rusty. It was going to take a little while to settle in. And, by the time that third set rolled around, I thought everybody started playing well, making some big plays.
Yeah.
So that was good to see. I think we'll see a lot more of that in our second match.
Yeah, just going off of what Steve just said, really late coming out strong there in that first set, and a good serving performance by Perry's own Maddie Tharp. And I think at one point she had 6 aces in that service run. But again, Chagrin really learning to control their ball handling skills there and serve receive, and able to win a couple long rallies. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this first matchup between the Chagrin Division and the Lake Division. Again, Lake sweeping the Chagrin Division, and I'll be right back with an opening for the CVC Metro Division versus the CVC Valley Division.